Hello YouTube, Brady back. Why are we at Coolac? Why is it 6:30 in the morning? And why have I got coffee and an egg and bacon roll? Well, you're gonna have to stay tuned because this one's a doozy. First day on job number 3, 4, whatever it is, but we'll go back to Thursday Arvo, Thursday evening, and we'll kick her off from there. Well, hello YouTube, Brady back again. And if it was on your bingo card, mark it off because we're once again back on Highway 31. It's amazing how much this highway keeps luring me back to it. Currently we are northbound, just the other side of Holbrook, where we are in a big cab 200 Kenworth with no bunk aircon, so tonight should be a pleasant sleeping experience on a 42-degree day. I think it's only getting down to 26 or 25 overnight, which isn't going to be fun. But, Thursday evening, I've not had to start this late in an afternoon or an evening. Currently 7:45 p.m. I haven't had to start this late in the afternoon or evening since I was doing the Woolworths stuff and doing an afternoon shift. When was that? 2013, 2014? Incredible. The body doesn't know what's going on. Normally at this time, I've been sitting on the recliner for an hour or so, enjoying a glass of fine port, watching some kick-ass YouTube videos from Aussie content creators on their Aussie channels. Dave, Aldrich's down under, Steve's place down under, Jono, Luke, I always get it wrong, Vigorous Boar, Vigorous Bear, Kuta Matata, you know who he is. Paul trucking about, and welcome back 2026, Brad, the average Aussie trucker up in Queensland. So what's happening in this video? We've departed an hour late from Albury. We're supposed to be left. The truck was supposed to be back from Melbourne at 6:30. It didn't. It got back at 7. Refueled. Got all my crap into it, thinking this is going to be my truck moving forward. Hopefully it's my truck moving forward because I started setting some stuff up and don't want to have to unpack everything. But we got a load of, I don't know if they're kitchen or bathroom pods. They're prefab pods that are made out of Laverton in Melbourne for skyscrapers. They're just single contained units on a concrete base, and they get delivered on site and put into high rises or put into construction sites. And we're going to find out all about that in this trip, I'd imagine. But we're going to Sydney. We're going into inner Sydney, near Parramatta, I think Melrose Park. So if you thought I was nervous about going into Melbourne, the anxiety level is, like, it's big cab Kenworth because it's barely containing the anxiety level of having to go up to Sydney. So our protocol for tonight, I wanted to get to Yass. We might get to Gundagai. We're oversized, so we can't go on the highway between sunrise and sunset, which luckily enough for us, last light's at 9 o'clock tonight, being daylight savings time. Looking at the maps quickly, that might only get us to Tarcutta, so if we're going to Tarcutta, I know there's toilets and showers at the changeover pad there, being a Thursday night. Anywhere along the freeway, I know it's going to be busy with the last of the blokes still in Melbourne, Sydney, or vice versa. So, as much as I would love to just, if I had the truck set up properly, I'd love to just pull over at a nice little quiet location. I know several up and down the highway here now after doing the last job. I've got my camp shower, I would have had my camp shower with me if I'd brought it, and just have a shower beside the truck, cook up the food beside the truck, and just camp. Do what I do best, camp. It's only this time it's on the side of Highway 31 and not up in the sticks somewhere, so probably got about an hour of this sun left, and then it's 99, so I don't know if we'll film when we get there in the dark. These cameras don't do well in the dark, so we'll probably just kick off in the morning when we leave wherever we pull up for the night. So that's the gist of what's happening in this video. We'll stop the babbling and get straight to it, shall we? What the hell have I got myself into in this one? Back in a truck, started a new job. Currently 5:15 a.m. We're here at the tar cutter changeover pads. We got here at 9 o'clock last night after dark, or right on dark. Yeah, wow, what a night. What a night. You might be able to hear, the mic might not pick it up, but the cacophony of fridge motors that are running here is something to behold. Oh, well, at least you started. It's something completely different. We got up at 4:30 a.m. the alarm went off. Got up, done a walk around the truck. We've checked everything, checked our restraints and everything. I'll show you more of the load later. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film with this, but especially now we're heading for Sydney, so we're going to have the sun in our face a lot of the time. So you might get something filmed of the unload, and that might be it. The little problem we've got, truck was supposed to be at the border at 6:30 for me to pick up and take. Unfortunately, I didn't get out of the border until 7:30, so we expressed it up the highway. I was hoping to get to Yass, but that of course didn't happen. 5, 6, 10:30. So I can get into Sydney. Yeah, problem is this load's got to be delivered in Sydney at 10 o'clock. It's got a 10 a.m. slot, I'm guessing, for the crane. I got an hour and a half up the road yesterday here to tar cutter, and I've had a little bit over my 7-hour break, and to get into Sydney by 10 I should have left here at 5. Now the problem is, and you'll see in a minute, you'll see the flashing lights, I'm oversized, so technically I can't travel between sunset and sunrise. So we're going to have to start sneaking up the highway, going off previous knowledge at the cops aren't out, the law's not out this early in the morning. So, and this would be what time I'll be normally going through here anyway, so we're somewhat back to our original schedule. But I'll turn you around and you can have a bit of a look at where we are in the shit fire of this. There's no point being on me. I do apologise for the window, but it couldn't be helped. Turn that dome light off. Plus we left the border at do a tuck test, make sure no one's pulled me turntable. It looked alright. 42 degrees we left the border, and it was about that. It was in the mid-30s anyway when I got here last night. I was greeted by the other driver telling me that the bunk AC is not working at the moment. That's something they're planning on fixing, just in time for it to be back to single digits next weekend overnight and not need it. But I thought, at least if I got to here, I was going to stop at Aeroplane, but But if at least get to here, then I've got the showers, toilets, there's a survey for a coffee and on, which I've walked down, grabbed a coffee. The new owners have now fully stocked it. It's a lot better than what it was. And yeah, grabbed a sandwich as well. I went the ham and cheese. I didn't get tomato because I'm not eating it straight away, and I don't know how long it's been in there for, so you shouldn't be soggy with ham and cheese. Shouldn't be anyway. I don't know whether putting the oversized beacons on or not. It's a bloody giveaway that I'm oversized, but oh jeez. Good thing about this load is it's nice and light, so we're going to keep an eye on our time, especially since we're going all the way up. Did notice last night when I got into town here that these headlights are absolutely shocking. It's got 4 big spotlights across the bull bar, so obviously they know that the low beam shit house, but that's shocking. That's high beam. And if we go to these ones, oh yeah, so that's better, but you can't have that on all the time going up the highway, and you get used to it being that bright, and as soon as you do have to dim them, you're blind. there. Destination into here. Go 55. One of our trucks is already in there. What's the bet that's the truck that was supposed to be up for 8:30? He hasn't even unloaded yet. That's not a good sign. I was going to go back to get out of this bus zone a little bit, but all them trucks just needed space behind me to bloody come around that corner. So yeah, another truck of ours is in there and hasn't unloaded yet, and then there's another truck over here waiting to get in. They're going to deconstruct the mobile crane that's in there, and my load's going to be lifted off the tower crane. We've moved down to where the other truck was, so we're in front of the display home now for the property. I don't know if you can zoom in and see that. Coles, Dan Murphy's, Globo Gym, Butcher's Buffet, Terry White Chemist, all that stuff going in there, and whatever's going next door here. But that crane there for sling and harness on it's the one that's unloading. They come down and went to lift one of the pods off the back of the other truck and aborted. I just went for a walk in there to go to the toilet, and I can't find our driver anywhere, and there's no one sitting in the crane, so it's probably lunchtime. They're probably on lunch break now. Again, been here for an hour now. If I'm camping overnight somewhere, I'm not going to be pushing south to Tarcutta. I'd love to just park down in that park below Gundy behind the bakery and maybe get some Chinese or a salad roll for tea, but I don't want to head that far south when it's another 42-degree day down there and another warm night. I prefer to stay up here at Pheasant's Nest or maybe Marulan as far south, and then truck home in the morning, get up early in the morning and get going. But I still don't know what or if any return load's going to be yet, so So while we're waiting, let's check out a big bunk Kenworth now. All this stuff on the front's typical Kenworth. Normally they get to 1,000,000 k's before the radios are replaced in them, so that's why I'm thinking it's the second time around. But compared to the one that had 900 something, for like 200,000 k's more, doing the Bunnings run, this is in a lot better condition. The seat's nice and firm. Fridge there that you have to reach back into while you're driving. Some water in there. Oh no, that's just a drawer, so only a single fridge. There's room there for an upright or another chest fridge, which might be where mine goes if I have to have this truck forever. Just snacks, storage there. Pay no attention to the bed. Eco wind, broken. More storage up top. TV. Apparently the TV works. The red light's on, so I don't know what it's picking up, but more storage. Microwave running off a 2,000 watt projector. Inverter. We don't know more. That's traffic control. So more storage down there. I didn't realise a cigarette lighter plug there. That'd be running the TV. Wonder if there's something on this side as well, but yeah, they call them a big cad Kenworth obviously because you got all this extra standing room. But the problem last night, it's so warm in here, you're standing on that middle hump and you've got with me socks and you can feel the heat coming up through the hump under the cab. Oh, I'm pooped. 5 to 4. 6 hours. And it is hot out there, running around doing straps up. Me so-called strap winder off me mate didn't work. I'll spin around here, you can see what's going on at the front. No point looking at my wet head. Big one ready to come out traffic. Not listening, they're just sitting there on the...
Copy.
Yeah, big one want to come off site.
Copy that. We are on stop, all clear to come out.
Thank you. Turn the beacons off. Oh, geez, I wish we could have traffic stop like this everywhere in town, but anyway. Oh, I haven't bloody left enough room. Big cab kenworths. Can't get around a corner while you're empty. Oh, made that look embarrassing. Oh, and of course it's 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, so let's play what the traffic's going to be like in town. And to make matters worse, we're not going home. I've got to pick up in Picton at a place that closes at 5, and Google Maps tells me it's going to take an hour and a half to get there. I think I'm going to be camping in Picton tonight. Oh, this thing's tight. No right turn, I can only turn left anyway. Someone's gone over the top of the bloody lights there. Oh, we're in the main drag, aren't we? Into oncoming traffic, just to give ourselves enough clearance. God, I hate for it to be a busy day, or a Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Oh. Well, there you go. One thing this job's given me is looking at some of the northern sections of Old Hume. The only problem is I don't know if I'd have time to actually stop here and film. And the sun's in the bloody way, so you're not going to get a good shot at it. Pretty sure I heard drivers say you got to go a bit wider here. Oh, hi Ace. Yeah, I've done it once. I don't want to do it again. Once was enough. We got Prince Street. That was one thing. I come into town and seen a low bridge warning sign for 2.4 metres. Then actually read the sign and realise it's on one of the side streets. So there's another 45 minutes there. We're done in Picton. We got some big industrial, think your wind, your heat whirlies to the top of a shed. These are too wide on a trailer. Photo, wherever, for reference. Each one of the stacks, so one on top of the other, is 120 kilos. So we're really going to be overloaded on the way home. And then that big crate in the middle, it's 240. It's some ducting and stuff, I think. So. Yeah, single strap over it. I probably should have used angles, I don't know, but the timber's flexed a bit, so I was going to run the gambit and go back out through Picton to the highway and get a look at the hole in the wall from the northbound side, but I suppose I could. There'll be other opportunities, I'm sure. places like this where you wouldn't get a B double into. They've probably got my name written all over it for whenever I'm up here, so. So, we'll get a little bit of a run on the old Hume out here. And it's just a shame, like now I've got no... The only time I'm losing now is my own time, because I'm not going to get all the way home tonight. I just put in the map so I can get to Tarcutta at 9:45. I've got to be off the road at 15 past, 10:15. I don't think I'll get that far, considering I was up at 4:30 this morning, but we'll see how we go. At the very least, being a Friday night, we might go back to Plan B and stop at Gundy down on the park there, if I can get that far. Part of the distance where we're getting to tonight is, of course, grabbing something to eat. I should really grab something as soon as I can. Something small. Yeah, look, this would have been fantastic back in the day, the old bangers coming out here. Oh well, we'll get a chance to visit again. Oh, that was rough. That was worse than the night before. At least the night before you could feel the aircon here blowing back to the back of the cab, but last night I couldn't feel anything. Yuck. Oh, so sweaty. So sweaty. I don't think it's much warmer, much cooler outside. 27. But anyway, I should... Where are we? I don't know, you might tell by the Beehive Hotel down there, or that servo. We're at the Mobile. We got down to Coolac. Once we left Picton, we had until 10:15 to be off the road, which was later than I expected. Maybe that 6 hours at Sydney wait to unload helped. But I thought being on standard hours, I thought I'd still be booked. Wasn't allowed to be open more than 13 hours, but anyway, apparently not. So we come down. No wonder this thing's got 4 spotties across the front. The headlights are absolutely atrocious, so I didn't want to be driving too far down in the dark, but we pulled in right on Sunset to Yass and got some Mickey D's for tea, and then yeah, sprinted down here to Coolac. Originally I was going to go to the parking bay up where I made coffee that morning on one of the videos, but at least there's a toilet there. I thought, nah, it's hot and sweaty. It's going to be a hot and sweaty night. We'll come down and give the showers a go. And I was lucky I got here when I did, because just as I've gone in, 4 more trucks pulled in, 4 more blokes come in and wanted showers, and I think there's only 5 showers in there. Real truck. Singles get it done. Bit squeaky. But yeah, to be perfectly honest, I've only ever stayed at a parking bay or truck parking service station. Rest. It's 6:05. The second time I've ever had to stay at a survey. Once was down at Melbourne at out Laverton. One of them big bloody roads in there, next to not Frankfurt. Anyway, funnily enough, in a 200 as well, but never had a shower. I'd seen some pretty bad ones, but just by looking from going to the toilet, but never actually stopped and had a shower. And I rate the ones in here. Nice big space, shower head that round, and of course I went in there and used the cold water, which when it's 40 degrees out there, the cold water's probably coming out 27, 28 anyway, so it's warm, but it was refreshing. And just, yeah, and clean. Dare I say it, I made the cardinal mistake of kicking my thongs off when I jumped in. I'm probably going to regret that in a day or two, but it looked clean. Being a Friday night at the end of the week, I don't know when it would have been clean last, but no, very good. And they're locked, so you can only get in there if you've got a key. And I know it's been going around the industry, being talked about and that, but if I had to pay $5 or $10 to use that facility and have it in a good condition like that, I wouldn't have minded it. But anyway, because I've used the free shower, I'm going to go in and get a coffee and something for breakfast, and we'll keep this video going. Well, yeah, we got Coolac, so now 2 and 15 to home. I don't want to get back into Albury too early because I don't know if anyone's going to be at the yard to let me in, so we'll yeah, see how warm it is out here, because it's absolutely shocking inside. I was going to say, it's handy, the key won't turn. This poor truck, oh, that's a little bit better. Just by not having the bunk aircon working since 7 o'clock Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, to now 6 o'clock Saturday morning, this truck has stopped or been switched off for a period of 45 minutes or 40 minutes, if that. Yesterday morning at Tarcutta, once I got up at 4:30 and went to go down to the servo for a coffee, I turned it off and let it sit for 40 minutes just to have a bit of its own break. And we'll do that again now. Rolled over, alarm went off, turned her off, and we'll give it half an hour, go get this coffee and something, and yeah, it can't be economical. I know it's definitely not good for big Cummins to be sitting there just idling for hours and hours. About 6 hours on the work site yesterday, it was idling the whole time at high idle, plus the hour to unload, and then yeah, you got here up past 9 last night, so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.5 hours that I idled for last night. Can't be good. Can't be good. That's why I ummed and ahed. I was nearly going to stop in at Jugyong and just camp at the motel on the straight there before town. I thought, prime spot for it. Go and have a nice shower, have aircon, get a good night's sleep. Even though I'm only going a couple of hours to home, that's when the accidents happen. But I was just worried about pulling in there and being there and dead 100% on it, and then going in, oh yes, that'll be $450 please sir, on a Friday night on the side of Hume. So anyway, enough yabba jabbering, let's go get a coffee. Well, here we are in Coolac with our load of big industrial ceiling whirlybirds, whatever you want to call them. Oh, someone left a coffee here. $17 for an egg and bacon roll and a coffee. Channel memberships, check it out, we're going to need it. So yeah, some ducting in that, a couple more whirlybirds. One ATM's pulled in last night. load of steel. I parked, that wasn't even here yesterday either, I parked over at the far end of the parking area knowing the truck's going to be running all night, but if you'll hear it, there's a cacophony of ice packs in that run anyway, so at the end of the day, not too concerned, but problem is, as I said, one of them double stacked was 120 kilos, so they're about 60 kilo each. It's more so stopping them from blowing away than restraining them because of their weight, so I don't know, probably should have used angles, probably should have used double strap instead of a single strap, I don't know. He wasn't complaining when I strapped it and left, so yeah. Anyway, that's our load. Back load, it's going back to Albury this afternoon or this morning, and it's got a date in Melbourne at 9 AM Sunday morning to meet a crane to get lifted on top of one of them massive sheds down there, I'd imagine. Carting anything and everything. Should also mention too, while I've got a chance, yesterday when I left the site, I said my winder upper didn't work, and I didn't get a chance to explain why. So this is my winder upper, thanks to Steve. Obviously you can see that's tight now. This is on a nut to do up. Problem is to do it up loose, there's a couple of washers there, but to do it up loose, it just binds up as you try and wind it up, and of course if you go the other way, it just undoes it and doesn't even spin. Plus the gap for the combing rail, it's too narrow. So buddy Steve made this for me in the final days before I got out of off the highway last time in 2018. Still has the zip ties around securing that. It had the zip ties around securing the handle and that on the top too. It went in the shed and it never got to be used. Beezy's strap winder. Oh, that might be his phone number. I might not say that. It's a 0407. So the idea is there in principle, but I still had 8 straps I had to wind up by hand yesterday. We'll go and we'll do some tweaks to this over the weekend. I've seen one of the ladies that used to pull into Hume before me of a morning, back when I was doing the taut liner stuff. She had a little piece that went into a cordless drill, and you could wind up on that. I don't have to be charging batteries. If it's got to be a manual winder, I don't mind doing that as opposed to doing that. So anyway, that is the Beezy strapper. Beezy strap winder. There is always that concern when you go to start. You've had something running for so long and you go and shut him off. There's no reason why it shouldn't start. That ATM next to me he was running when I come back out from the store, but the curtain's closed. I didn't think anyone was in it, but it's turned itself off again, and then he went to turn it back on and it just went kenworths. But let's have a quick look at our bacon egg roll. Apart from the flatness of it, that suggests it's probably going to be one of them Coles. I'll check engine, that's handy. Check engine lights. I don't know what the fascination is with flattening, but cheese and bacon roll, the cheese isn't melted, even though it was in a bain-marie. It's probably just been put in there. Oh, that's not real. That's not real good. And to think that was $17 something $5.50, maybe $6 for the coffee. It's got to be $11 or $12 roll. Can't wait until I can get set up in this truck properly, and I can just make my own egg and bacon roll in the morning or something. Oh, Saturday. Man, it has been. It's probably been 4 or 5 years since I've worked the weekend. This is going to be rough. So we got up at 6:30. No, I didn't. I got up at 6 o'clock. I woke up early. We're going to depart at 6:50. Oh, I better fill in our logbook too. It has been so handy having Hub Fleet, or just having an electronic work diary. If I was using a paper book, as I said, I probably would have got off the road at 5 o'clock yesterday thinking that was me time done. All good. Start shift. Good until 12 o'clock. Hopefully it does not take that long to get going, but I'll spin you around. There's no point looking at me, even though you're only looking at a dirty windscreen. Brakes off. Have a drink of coffee. For an older flat top, it's well, I suppose I should put it in gear. In you go. For an older flat top, she holds air well. Although that's stupid to say because it's been running all night. So yeah, it was up last night when I come in last night. She was dark. Not a lot to see. One thing I did notice though was 3 red Teslas, all exactly the same colour red. I don't know if they weren't travelling together because they'll set out a charger apart. They weren't sitting side by side. So, but there was 3 of them down here at the Beehive at 9:30 at night charging. Obviously Friday night they've gone to leave. Wouldn't have been Melbourne, they've probably left Canberra heading south, and this is as far as they got before they needed the charge again. Also, notice there, no through road that way. Clearly says it. One of the last days on the road, coming down back from Canberra, and where that old bit of Hume Highway comes in just before the safety cam, there's a B-double parked down there trying to reverse up because he'd gone out that way thinking he'd get back onto the freeway. The only problem he had about 40 metres of elevation to tackle to get from where the old highway was down the ground up to where the new bit of highway was. So now ideally if I was going from here to Melbourne or somewhere and not going to home, I would have done a U-bolt there and gone back through the Bowsers and given this windscreen a wash. I had the sun in the eyes the whole way up from Tarcutta to Sydney yesterday, and then the whole way back from Picton back to Yass before the sun went down. What was that? Oh, battery. Oops. So yeah, once things get settled down, I know I've said it in the last 2 videos, getting used to a new truck and getting camera angles sorted and all that sort of stuff. I know I've said it 3 times now, I'll get it sorted. I'm going to be in a new truck Monday, so I'm going to have to get used to that again. Once I get a truck, it's one of the things that put me off this company when I went for the job interview. They said, yeah, one truck, but they couldn't tell me at the time what that one truck was going to be. And here we are 2 weeks later, start the job, and I've still got no idea what that one truck's going to be. So, anyway, that is us done for Corlac. Spin you back around real quick. And that'll do it for the video. So, thank you for watching. Offsiders, thank you for the support, the channel support. If I got to live off the Roadhouse food, I'm going to need more members, but I'm going to try and once I get set up, I'm going to turn one of these things into a bloody Winnebago, I swear. I've got that much camp and shit at home I can put in one. I just need to get set up. So, bit of a quick video, bit of a fly through. Apologies for that, members. You'll be getting the full video just as an extra. It was only going to be a members only video, but there was some good stuff in there, so I wanted to be able to show everyone what the job was like, and then that way I've got a clear slate to start filming again for next week. And yeah, get settled into the job. But this is it. This is trucking now. No more wake up in the morning, drive somewhere, drop a load, come home and be done at the end of the day. We're crisscrossing up and down the eastern seaboard and carting all manner of freight to all manner of destinations. So, but we're still on Highway 31. We'll not forget our roots. We'll not forget the grand old girl, even though now she resembles more of the Hume Stock route, or more so the Great Southern Road, because man, that highway up through Marulan and up to Mittagong, that is absolutely disgusting that freeway or Hume Highway's been able to get that bad. I thought it was bad down here where there was patches and shit everywhere, but nah, that's bad up there. So anyway, I'm gonna head south, finish my coffee, watch the sun come up, and hope you enjoy. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. As I said earlier, channel membership details are down there. You can now access that from mobile devices. Still no word on TVs yet when you'll be able to do that, which is a shame, because 55 to 60% of people, you fellow viewers, are watching on your TVs. So, and also, just on that, up in the top right-hand corner, no, TV, I think it's down at the bottom somewhere when you tap on the screen, the little cog anyway. I film all this in 4K. If you watch it on 480 or 1080p, hit that cog and just go to advanced settings or go to image quality and just up at the 4K. It's how I film it, it's how it's edited, and hopefully it gives you a better product. There have been some issues in the past. I've heard from people about audio and video quality issues. I'm hoping that's just because of that, not because of the edit. It's not a widely discussed thing, so yeah. Anyway, my coffee's getting cold. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch us all in the next one, wherever the hell we're going to be in this big brown land of ours.